Only a 15-minute drive from one of their bases in South Waziristan, the Pakistani military says children were being trained to become suicide bombers. After 3 days of fierce fighting, the Pakistani military took over this compound. They say that they knew that it was a training facility of sorts for suicide bombers. They suspected that maybe children were involved. What they didn't know or realize was the level of indoctrination. The military says it learned that the Taliban used this compound to brainwash children as young as 12 years old. The children were told that images like this is what awaited them in heaven. Here, for example, we're told is a river that symbolizes milk and honey. On its banks, virgins and heavenly creatures. Zahid Hussain has been studying the Taliban for 2 decades.
But I have never seen this kind of elaborate painting about so-called heaven.
These images are easily able to captivate the minds of children from this part of Pakistan. They grow up in abject poverty, surrounded by this harsh landscape with no exposure to the outside world, making them gullible and easily manipulated.
They tell them, look, actually this is a waste, life is waste here, and if you do good thing, then you will directly go to heaven, immediately go to heaven. For a person who does not have anything to look forward to, then obviously this kind of things comes as a big incentive.
He says it's a complete distortion of Islam, but one that the children fervently believe.
They also were made to believe that all those Muslims who are killed in suicide bombing will also go to heaven. So that was a very powerful instrument of brainwashing.
The Taliban denies this compound was under their control, but says they are actively training children from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and the Middle East to be suicide bombers. The military says parents sent their children to this center for the free food and religious education.
When they brought them here, the students used to be confined to the location. They used to be kept in these rooms which are having the photographs of heavens in there, and they were not allowed to intermingle with the local population, go to bazaar or anywhere else.
This compound housed an estimated 200 to 300 children.
They were taught in weapon handling and preparing of suicidal drill jackets.
The military says the children are now fighting on the front line, or dead, having carried out their mission.
Almost 90% of the suicide bombers, if you look their profile, they are between age of 12 to 18.
Innocent children turned into cold-blooded killers, believing it's their only escape from a hopeless life. Arwa Damon, CNN, Nawaz Kot, Pakistan.